Let's start here. Story time. Yeah, should we do this? It's so ugly to do this. Yeah, right. Try this. Let's see how we can do this. Is that good? What is that? Tennis courts. I just got here. I'm pretending that I've lived here my whole life. This is my porch. Small town America. Middle America. Heartland. I'm in the Midwest. And champagne. Isn't that a great name? It's not spelled like champagne you drink from falls, but it sounds like champagne, right? Could have fooled me, right? A beautiful bed and breakfast, self-serve. It's all, notes and letters from me and instructions. Yeah, we're here till tomorrow. Maybe another night. Maybe another night. There used to be horses and carriages. Carriages, yeah. I bet they were noisy too. You know, clunk, clunk, clunk. Man-made noise. No, they nail metal shoes onto horses. How do they know if they don't have any feelings in those shoes? Yeah. Did a woman think of that, or did a man think of that? I keep coming back to that. Men are very inventive. Or are they? Huh? Yeah, they like angles and stars, don't they? Order, control, domination. Yeah, you see, women don't like that. Women and children, we want to be free and play all day, every day. And so do you, come to think of it, right? Yeah. We all want to be free to play and sit and sleep all day long. The thing is, you get tired of that after some, you do get tired of it. I'm serious. Too much vacation. Who says that? You'll get tired of the summer. Norwegians, when I moved to San Diego, they're like, they don't have seasons. It goes to show how much they know about the seasons in Southern California. The jacaranda trees blooming with huge purple flowers in the spring. Yeah, end of March, beginning of April. Once a year, they bloom. Cherry blossoms, orange trees bloom. Certain times of the year. It's subtle. Norwegians are very simple. Winter, it's summer. You know what they call summer? Oh, poor creatures. This is like a super nice day in Norway, southern Norway. We're not talking northern Norway here. Ice bathers. Yeah, it's the edge in my voice. I have been chewed alive by the machine of social democracy in Norway. And I have, call it being undercover. I've been undercover in Norway now for 10 years. trying to live life as a bipolar, disabled, divorced. You want to hear the story? Yeah. Well, I got my sentence, or I call it a sentence. I was on the hunt for full-time disability. It took 10 years, because I started out saying to my doctor that I got to sign that first fall after my pirate adventures in Mexico. No, I can't tell you that entire story right now. In English. Fuck, man. Should I? I'm tempted. I'm gonna think about it. So I arrived in Norway, Oslo. I'm pretty sure it's July 30th, 2014. After yet another manic episode. Unmedicated. You know, they made it sound really horrible. You know, my mom likes to be dramatic, or liked to be dramatic. Yeah, I haven't heard from her in a few days. Last I saw her Thursday. It's not Monday. I saw her on Thursday. Oh no. I saw her on Thursday early afternoon. I forgot not about the States. The alarms going off in the middle of the night. 3 of them on a block, and you're trying to sleep because you got to get up early to go to work. That's funny. Wrigleyville, Chicago, I had that happen many times. Yeah, the alarm goes off, you know. When was this? I don't know, mid-90s. Car alarms weren't that old. You know, it's like, didn't quite have it down yet. You know, they just released technology into the world, charge a shitload of money for it, and it has a lot of faults and bugs. And they just push them out and let us wait for the updates. They sell us crap, and then you're trapped, waiting for, you're investing. Oh man, it's nasty. Make it all free, okay? Why should I pay for software? There's shareware freeware out there. Why should I pay for software? Hey Adobe, haven't you made your buck yet? Hey Apple, haven't you made your buck yet? Isn't it about time to give free cell phones? Okay, no. Well, let's trash all the cell phones. Just make them illegal. Yeah, you're like that, right? Control. You can't. No, I have a better suggestion. I'm on my political soapbox again. Fuck, man. I'm not doing this tomorrow night. This is too noisy. I'm checking out 11. I'll find something else. More in the boonies, nature. This is downtown. Well, I mean, very close to downtown. There's a lot of traffic. What time is it? 3:30. It's not even rush hour. I like it here. Good energy. And the amazing thing is, when I got the sense that let's get our own place, let's get out of the house of your ex-husband, very nice of him to be open to letting you stay. I've been very angry with him. For good reason. And there's a part of him that knows that. I appreciate that. About time. Hey. We're talking nice American old hippies. Gray hair, ponytail, beard. I love it. I like America. Small town. You know, medium small town. Middle America. Homeland. You sit here and you cannot in a million years fathom that there are mass shootings going on. Like where? No, don't show me. No, it's not that bad. So should I sit here and worry about someone shooting me? That's terror, you know? That's when terror has won. When you're afraid that something might happen. You walk around in constant fear. Something might happen, you know? People that grew up in war as children, they have that for the rest of their lives if it goes untreated. You can treat it, seek treatment. If you've witnessed war and you've been worried about war as a child, yeah, me included. What did I have? When I was 12, I think, they had a movie out called The Day After. Total, like nuclear fallout propaganda. Why did I see that at 12? I was sure that somebody was going to push the red button. Brezhnev or some Russian Soviet. It's awful. What was that? It was after Carter. Was it Carter? Reagan came in 86. This was before 86. I was 12. We're talking early 80s. It was Carter. Yeah, whatever. Presidents, you know, fighting. And them showing it on the news. You know, and kids are listening. And the adults are like, well, it's just the news. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Wait, tell me a little fucking lie. Like Santa Claus is real. God is real. Huh? What else? You know, Santa Claus is real. It's just not that fat Coca-Cola image of a pedophile that goes to Thailand and Pattaya and buys, child sex slaves. Sorry. But sometimes it's good to get in sideways, and all of a sudden, and you're like, what did she just say? I'm not going to repeat it. It's one of those subliminal advertisements. What was that? Yeah, you don't know. It happened. They do that to you also. The dark forces. I'm talking to you, right? I'm talking to you as in me. You know, when I'm sitting here talking and I say you might think that I'm talking to you. And I am. I'm also talking to all of you at the same time. And I love this, that this moment that I have right now will linger inside this video for eternity. And you and I can access this recording and step into this moment, and you can almost feel the smell of flowers. It just rained a little bit ago, you know, spring, or it's middle of spring. Summer is, you know, become kind of beginning right now. It was 81 yesterday. Sunny, beautiful Sunday, Mother's Day, USA. Yeah, and my son, Finian McCool, was born on Mother's Day in 2002. Yeah, for those who are counting. 22 years ago. Years. Cycles around the sun. What do they tell us, you know? Is there a year when you go through winter and summer? How long time does that take? How many months? You say 12. Bullshit. Try again. How many full moons in a year? How many full moons in a year in the Gregorian calendar? Did you even know that that's the name of this calendar that we're in right now? The Gregorian. Gregorian chants, Gregory. Like better math than the Julian calendar, Julius Caesar. How do you get from Julius to Julian? That's what I want to know. That's fucking cheating. No, Julian comes from John Lennon's son, Julian Ma, to kill us again. Yeah, Juju. That was fucking brave, man. Yeah, very inspiring. Very inspiring. And some of you don't know what I'm talking about. You think I'm babbling to myself incoherently because you didn't pick up what I just said. Isn't that funny? Yeah, and those who know that my son is still missing 11 weeks in Norway, a Norwegian American citizen, 23, almost 24 years old. He was supposed to graduate right now, late May, mid-May, as a computer engineer. Yeah, 2.5 months ago, he said, you know what? Something is really wrong here. And his body was screaming, stop, this is killing me, stop, you can't push it, I can't push it, I can do this, I just gotta try more, and I can't sleep, and I get, And when you go 4 nights without getting sleep at night, you just fret, the longer time passes without sleep, the more scared you get, and the more worried you get, and the more exhausted you get, and the less able you are to relax your thoughts and tell yourself and soothe yourself. You lose that ability. You get very afraid and very angry and very action-oriented. I'm speaking from personal experience, They call it psychosis. They called it a nervous breakdown in the olden days. What else have they called it through the years? Hysteria. Most women got that. But, beautiful, emotionally sensitive, caring males that are born this side of the year 2000, the millennials. Yeah, they haven't been destroyed by our culture just yet. It's just a matter of time, I gotta tell you, when I say it's just a matter of time, I'm referring to something I learned today. I knew that Norway was keeping statistics. I found that out a few months ago. They're keeping statistics on deaths in Norway. Okay, how do people die? How many die? And then they go, what age group? And then you divide them up, and you can click in, and you go down, And under causes of death, it says one of the last columns is suicide. And you click in on suicide, you can choose the age group. Suicides by age group. And the first age group is 0 to 19. And there are numbers in that column, guys. Suicides. Norway. 2023. Last year. I don't know. Wait. I think we have the numbers in here. It's only me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh like that. That's their attitude, Yeah, we'll get numbers on the suicides next week. How cynical can you be, So click on suicides age 0 to 19, and then get a number. Most recent numbers, 45. We're a population of 5.5 million. That's less than Chicago. And we had 45 families devastated by their teenager committing suicide. 45 families last year in Low Norway. And in the year before, pretty much the same. And the year before, a little bit up, a little bit down. Year before, pretty much the same. Year before, pretty much the same. You know, when you go far enough back, you see there's an increase in the trend. There are more and more suicides in Norway by young people. And as if that isn't bad enough, or interesting enough, or detailed enough, how many young people kill themselves each year? Teenagers and younger. 0 to 19. Suicide. Do you have to put 0? Yeah, I guess you do, because you don't want to say, well, what was it? Was it a 9-year-old, 11-year-old? That's too much information. Let's just put it to 0. Avoid the questions. It's called statistics. Yeah, I'm smiling again. I feel the nastiness. So 45 young people, teenagers and younger, last year, their families devastated. And the year before, and the year before, and the year before. And if that is enough, they have it further broken down inside the suicide category, 0 to 19, by method. And your brain goes like, wow, right? Yeah, you know it's gruesome. In your primal brain, reptile brain, you know, back in here, wants to know how people die so that you can avoid those situations and not die. That's why we're so intrigued by morbidity. You know, you hear about someone dying before their age, you know what that means? You're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that. What happened? Really gruesome details. What happened? Well, some of these young people choose rope and hang themselves. You know, when you finally decide, I'm fucking doing it. I can't stand this life. I'm fucking doing it. And you set out to like end this. Why? Because the pain is unbearable. Cannot stand another fucking day of this. You know what I mean? Can't do this anymore. One day it just goes, stop. You know? And that is a survival mechanism. Biological. What do they call that? Launch. Parachute. You know, jet fighters, you know. No, not jet fighters. Jag piloter. And jet fighters. They have like an exit hatch button associated. They can always get out of the airplane if it catches on fire. Yeah, you have that too. It's called instinct. When things get so bad, you can't fucking stand it. What are you gonna do? Pour gasoline all over yourself and go sit on town square and put a match on yourself and burn? There are some people that do that. In the Far East, these monks do it as a demonstration. How can you sit on your front porch for year after year after year and have really morbid thoughts when all this beauty's around you? It's all based on stories you hear, you know? Where do you hear all these stories that occupy your brain? Online. Plug it in. So I'm getting ready to unplug and prepare myself mentally to leave my phone behind, to leave all my digital crap behind, and go into the wilderness. I mean, no, it's wilderness, but there are cabins up there. You know, every so often you can go from cabin to cabin in the wilderness in Norway. Somebody's been there building cabins years ago. And some of them have food in them, and some of them don't have food, but they have firewood and bedding. And then there's some that are manned. You know, there are people there greeting you with warm food, hot chocolate and coffee and small waffles and whatnot. Up there in the wilderness, you know, you walk in for 8 hours and get to an oasis. And there are people that have been out walking in nature in silence, all far away from their phones. There's no coverage up there. There's no cell phone coverage. Now, you know, give it 5 years. Fuck, man. They want the entire planet to be wired on what? 5G, 6G, 9G, 20G. What G-force do we want down here? And I say, you gotta keep it separated. Does anybody remember that song? You gotta keep it separated. And does anybody remember this song? You gotta fight for your right to party. Yeah, Beastie Boys. And MC Hammer. Walk this way. Who was that man? Was that Aerosmith and MC Hammer? Walk this way. Talk this way. Walk this way. Talk this way. Just give me a what? Break. You ain't gonna tell me how to walk and how to talk? Yeah, you want that. You do that. It's like incessant, like, I want to control you. Who is that? Who does that to people? Sit up straight. Elbows off the table. Behave. Keep your tears to yourself. I'll give you something to cry about. Yeah, it's what's plaguing the world, is all these children growing up with that energy around them instead of love and creativity and warmth and acceptance and play and freedom. Yeah, exploration. When you don't get any of that, you treat it like you can't say you treat like a dog, because you shouldn't be treating dogs bad. But some people are evil, and I would like to posit that they're not people yet. They're people potential, but right now they're pure evil. They're very confused about respect for life, about respect for women, respect for children's right to be free as long as they wish. Yeah. And we're all children for our whole lives. Children of God. You know, children of the earth. This is Mama Earth. You know, she's female. She gives life. You know, what does a man do? Does he give life? He thinks he creates life by a teeny tiny sperm cell. And he wants to take credit for that. Really? Yeah, you want to own the woman bodies. You want to own the reproduction rights for all the females. You want all the females in a huge hospital farm and just feeding and put the kids over. Yeah, the cattle. Yeah, they stir already in Arabia. Haven't they? Don't look even the color of animals, black clothing, death, and then they fuck come and put kids on them? And they fuck each other, these guys? And then they fuck their women? And then the women tell their girls to keep doing it? And I'm like, this is some serious strong brain. What is that called? Are you brainwashed? When you tell your daughter to suck it up and spread your legs and never complain and, what do they say? Wait. Se taket og tenk på fedrelandet. That was a Norwegian one. This is what they advised women to do to please men, to tolerate the lousy sex of these men who just want to it's fucking, what? Yeah, they impregnate you, dominate you, put a kid inside of you, and leave. That's what most of them want to do. Someone else, you do all the work. Not true? Okay, how many men love being a nurse in the hospital, low paid, hard work, heavy lifts? Preschool uncles. You can't be a preschool uncle teacher these days without being targeted. Well, people think you're a pedophile. If you're male and you want to be around kids, you must be a pedophile. What the fuck, man? We're depriving males of their nurturing, caring, protective sides. I don't feel so good with that. I need you. Look at this. Let's change the scenery. Look at this. That silver maple, majestic, majestic is dancing. And some people don't call that life. It's just a tree, they say. Really? That's artwork, man. That's life. Expressing itself, dancing away. And some, what do we call those individuals that don't respect that as a life? And they want to bring some sharp, nasty object that hurts instead cutting it, killing it. Guess why? They need it. No, they want it. Males that want something, they take it. They might ask nice at first. How many girls have died after having been raped by some nasty, last thing that happens to you after and you think that's good karma for your soul, the perpetrator, the male doing that? What, you think you get a medal somewhere? Well, maybe you do. That's what we're trying to figure out. You get a medal somewhere for raping women? Do you get a medal somewhere? Yeah, he wants to come out. Shit. This will be, at some point, in the future, at some point other than this, there will be, possibly, a snippet. Like taking things out of context. You've been listening to me now for 34 minutes and 59 seconds. 35. If I go to 45, like a, therapist session or a school class, yeah, I'll go 45, 10 minutes. Now, it's been a little dark here, right? Yeah, it's been a little dark. Man, yeah, it's been a little dark. I've been thinking about this for, a few days now, this piece that I'm getting to. Mustering up the courage. I gotta take a break and look at the scenery before I go deep. It's so painful. I know I'm gonna do it, and you're gonna feel it, and that means I'm gonna feel it. Silence. Someone is in distress, and the whole town knows, and we're all like, we don't even say God bless anymore. I hope it goes well. We're just saying, we're desensitized. Yeah, it took a few years to desensitize so many of us, but it helped a lot. Having television came in the 50s. Yeah, they had radio before that. Radio's great, you just listen. And you see all these things in your mind, It's like reading a book, but only better. You hear the intonations, Some people like reading better because they can make their own intonations, but I like acting. And it's not acting; it's being animated. You see emotions to express yourself. It's wrapping paper. I could also be reading up the news we have today. I've seen a decrease in the stock market, and we're all terrified that the market's going to fall off. But here's the weather. $3,300 people, When the first news of the World Trade Center came out, what they said? The World Trade Center has been hit. And they were like the postal codes and the number of people that work there. You know what they came out saying before they counted the bodies? 50,000 people work in those buildings, those two buildings. And for some reason, only, 3,500 were there that day. Where are the rest? I think a lot of them were out playing golf. Breakfast meetings that morning. Yeah, they hit him in the morning on the way to work. Just sleep in. Have a breakfast meeting that morning. Why? Just trust me. Just do as I tell you. Don't ask questions. It's on a need-to-know basis. But a lot of people apparently, allegedly, were warned that morning to be busy and not come to the office just yet. Saved their lives, didn't it? And here I am telling stories about something that happened a long time ago. Is it true? Did it happen? I don't know, I wasn't there. But a family member of mine was there. Yeah, why did I smile at that? Because then it could be true. And it's more true if you have an eyewitness, right? More true. Plastic. I'm gonna coated styrofoam. All the people in the world that drink coffee get a paper cup in the morning with plastic coated. Well, not all of them, but a lot of people get out 1 cup, 2 cups, paper cups, plastic cup. Every day. They can afford it, and they toss it, throw it out. What happens to it? Goes to landfill. What happens to the landfill? It starts leaking. Then what? We don't think very far ahead, do we? Or do we? Who thinks far ahead of you? Well, the United Nations, for one, 2015, I came out with a 15-year plan. When did they start with 15-year plans? Is that a new thing? 15 years into the future? Who plans that far ahead? Good question. Yeah, think about it. Apparently the COVID was planned. Apparently. No, allegedly. Yeah, there's some stuff came out. They're like in budgets and what was it? Pfizer vaccines from, what was that? Wait. 2016, I think. There's a lot of bogus humbug out there. Fucking research, man. Fucking research. So, if beasts like Putin and Trump and patriarchs all over the world telling their women and children how to sit, when to eat, how to eat, what to think, what to speak, when to speak, they're directed. For their whole childhood, or their whole lives, in the care of a man's home. So mamas around the world. Who's gonna kill your child? They want to kill your child because there's money in it, and they're very creative in the ways in which to kill a young person and make some money out of it. So imagine that you are a mother and you've seen your son ever since he was a teeny tiny infant. So beautiful. An angel came to you, came to the world, and you just knew this little angel was destined for love and beauty and great things. You're going to protect that little thing with your life for as long as you live. Yeah. And then something happens. The harmony is broken. Where they say reality sets in. The honeymoon's over. Time to what? So your child is tortured, forced to go to preschool and kindergarten, forced to get up early, forced to stuff food down their throat. Hurry, hurry, get in the car, go, hurry. And then evil, mean behavior that the adults don't, there's just kids everywhere and everyone's playing and everyone's mean and it's fucking mayhem. And as as a mama, after years of that, they're gonna put a bulletproof vest on them and some boots and throw a malfunctioning gun around their throat and tell them to march off and kill something when they get there. Just kill anything in your way. Just start walking. Get in that tank, start driving. Huh? Terrified. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. At what point does that feel good? Death March. Somewhere in this world, there is a mother who wants to spare the child the pain and torture and total disregard of the value of their life and their human needs and slaughtering them. This mother may decide to take a matter into her own hands and do what? And do what? Wow, we have delivery next door. This is so dark. You know what I'm thinking about? I'm not personally thinking about doing it, not at all. But there are women out there, mothers, in such desperate situations. That what? Yeah. Mercy. Mercy. We're begging for mercy. We're begging for help. Stop the war on our children. And men, they're right next to us. We're busy with work. They gotta go to work. So we mothers, we have to do it all. The men are pretending to be providing a home for us. Is that a home where you have to fear for your life, the health of your children, the mental health of all of you? I remember stories of mothers killing their own children. And the horror and the outrage of the public. How could you? It's not really a question, is it? It's a judgment. How could you? Well, you gotta go dig in. Ask very 3. What kind of questions? I don't know. Yes or no questions or open-ended questions. What are questions to ask to find out why a mother would kill her child? And I said mercy. And the other word is killing. I can't say the two together. You do it in your head. I'm not going to say them together. You heard me. It's up there with suicide in terms of the strength you need to muster inside yourself. The courage and the desperation. And the, utter resolute decision to no more. So I hope that none of us ever get that desperate. Dear Mom, protect us all from evil. Thank you. Thank you. It's an individual battle. There's evil inside all our hearts. Well, no. There's evil inside all of the hearts that were left to cry every night by themselves. Learn to sleep on your own. Infants alone in darkness, screaming at the top of their lungs, starting out first, they just start screaming out on the top of their lungs, I call it for knirking, knirkelig. That's all it takes for mama with love in her heart towards her child and the freedom to trust her own instincts. Your baby goes like, okay. And if you leave that baby alone, how that volume changes and the desperation changes. It's a shriek for help. And you let that lie behind a closed door, in a dark room, in a crib. Jesus, why? No. Forbidden, very dangerous to humanity's survival, to your child's health in life. Childhood is short. Your first 2 years of life, so important. First 2 years, so important. First 4, so important. First 8, so important. Childhood is precious. Well, a lot of people think we should just train children to what? Become slaves. Productive, working citizens. Yeah, because they call you a citizen, you don't think of yourself as being a slave or a working ant. Yeah, I smile again. It's a soften the blow, but at the same time, it takes away the seriousness of it, doesn't it? Yeah, it diminishes. Realizing that you don't have a choice in how to live your life. The life that you want to live. You can't. Why? If you don't, then, it's a threat. We're living under constant threat. That if we don't, then. So you gotta be on your toes. Make sure you do all the right things. Because you might get booted out. Alone in the wilderness. that such a bad thing? I don't know. Depends on the religion is, and the person, and the weather. And the fear levels. If you deep, like a 3-day hike from any living creatures, I mean humans, civilization, as they call it, civil. Civil. Yeah, this has been going on so long that our language is full of symbolism. Yeah, we're dealing with an energy that is like, do you remember Beavis and Butthead? You know, fart, shit. You know? Immature male. Not just immature, but like immature. Like apples can be immature, they don't taste good. Very sour. And they say that, you know, males are a little slow to develop for their age when compared to girls. So they put them in the same class. And they count the same number. They don't give a shit about your maturity level. Oh, this is your age. Yeah. I was born in 1968. Do I behave like a woman born in 1968 in Oslo, Norway? Norwegians don't think so. Okay. How does a woman born in 1968 behave? Depends on culture. No, it depends on the woman, not the culture. Don't give a fuck about your culture. Your job is to express yourself. Put on cool clothing, face paint, decorate yourself with pink and orange and lime green and nail polish. Careful of that chemical shit on your skin and your nails, man. It's serious. Shellac. What did the Egyptians use to paint their eyes and nails? Well, a long time ago. I don't know. Was it chemicals the lab produced? All right, last thing. Now, this is so dark. I'm going to end with the darkest. You don't think I can go darker than mercy killings? By desperate mothers. Killing their children in their sleep instead of going off to, make them a great meal. Just, come home from vacation, go on vacation, just drive off the cliff. Didn't that happen in California? Just fucking drive off the cliff, This life ain't worth it. Have some purple lemonade. Green lemonade. Minute and a half left on an hour. Can we do this? Yeah, the darkest. Does it get darker than mercy killings by mothers to save their children from a terrible death? It's happening. Shit. Okay, how bad it's gonna get, guys? How are we gonna stop these guys? They won't stop. So, are we gonna succumb? Well, let's find out what they want. Maybe we can compromise. You get half of us. You can slaughter half of our children. Compromise my ass. No, I don't think so. Now we're gonna build walls and get all the guns inside those walls. And Putin and Trump. Good hunting.